Reality recap.
Hi, everyone. Yes, I know you have the reunion. Yes, we have 2 more episodes. And then we have the reunion, of course.
I look like the slay. I look like a mom. She was like, you the one that look like you got high body count hair. I fell the fuck out, y'all.
Candace, has Deborah reached out to you to apologize after the episode aired showing Chris did not flirt with her?
She wouldn't dare. She would get eaten for breakfast.
Oh boy.
No, she's doubling down.
Why would you go meet with Ray J without talking to Princess or letting her know why? Like, she's trying to justify that she told her after the fact and not supposed to make it.
What do you think of your ex-husband Jim coming out and saying you did not try to stop him from suing Shannon and Tamara?
That's a good question. Well, I mean, if his memory is a little foggy about what transpired back then, that's okay. However, he did admit that I had nothing to do with the...
Reality recap. Reality recap.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl V with Reality Recap here for another live Tea Talk session. And today we are talking about last night's episode of Love Hiphop Miami. We are streaming live right now across Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. If you can't watch this live in its entirety, no worries. Click the link in my bio if you're watching from Facebook or from Instagram. And if you are watching from YouTube, make sure all of you subscribe to my YouTube channel. All of my recaps are there, whether they're live, pre-recorded, so don't miss a thing. Make sure you like this video, you share, and you subscribe. Hi, Off the Top Sports. Thank you for checking in. I will be stopping by your show to see what y'all got going on. What's the Super Bowl talk? What's the predictions there? So I will be stopping in. Y'all check out Off the Top Sports. But yeah, we was discussing last night's episode of Love Hiphop Miami. Some of these storylines is like, is this really even a storyline? I'm trying to figure out. The chat's alive right now. You can give me your thoughts on the episode. I always give you my unsolicited thoughts. I think this is going to be a quick live today, guys. It was not a very entertaining episode to me. I'm kind of disappointed because I feel like Love Hiphop Miami was my favorite in the last seasons, but now it's switching where I feel like right now Love and Hip Hop Atlanta is a little bit more interesting to me. So Love and Hip Hop Atlanta will be on tonight. I gave you guys a sneak peek of the episode. Make sure you watch it. I will be back to recap that tomorrow with you guys. Also, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills and New York reunion part 2, their final reunion part comes on tonight. So I will give you highlights tomorrow. We'll discuss both of those episodes. And Just Nia signing it on Instagram. Thank you for checking in. Said it was boring. Exactly. It was boring. And Realness of Bravo said Trina and her husband attacking Bobbi was very tacky. That's exactly where we're getting ready to start. Realness of Bravo. Thank you for checking in. Also, you watch hip hop, Love and Hip Hop, even though you Realness of Bravo. I like that. I like that. Coming out of the Bravo realm into some other messy reality TV shows. Hi, Toria. Thank you for checking in on Facebook. I appreciate you guys stopping in with me. Y'all, I thought it was Wednesday. I was about to say happy hump day to y'all, and then I looked, I was like, it's only Tuesday. It's been a hell of a week already, but let's get into it. Like Realness of Bravo said, we started off the episode with, still at Trina and her husband's song video release party, which I told y'all the beat was cool. I think he needs to work on his rapping a little bit more and catch the beat. But we saw what Hot Topic came in. You started as a Love and Hip Hop fan. I know that's right. Me too. All over the place. I love it all. I do not discriminate on networks when it comes to reality TV. But yeah, Trina and her husband had a video release party. Not too crazy about the song. Love the beat, not the husband on it. And Hot Topic, after weeks and weeks of Hot Topic running around town looking for Bobbi because she is upset with Bobbi because she's saying that, he is the one that started the whole investigation of Swerve, which is Trina's I was about to say ex-husband. Yikes. Husband. It was not the case to me. It really was Hot Topic and the cousin Snoop who, had concerns about the husband or felt like Trina was distancing herself. Bobby simply spoke to Hot Topic about an anonymous email he had received and what he should do about it, where the email was saying that Swerve was kind of staking out on her at a hot dog stand, her favorite hot dog stand, trying to get into her life, really planning to be at this point with her, that he had a child that he wasn't taking care of, or that, he wasn't communicating with the alleged mother or paying any type of support. And it was really Snoop that came back to Hot Topic and told her that Swerve had slipped up in a conversation with him and said that they were married, and she went to investigate that. Now, we don't have full proof that Hot Topic was the one that leaked the marriage certificate to the gossip blogs, but Messy Van, that I keep telling y'all, week over week, he just keeps sliding on through, dropping off tea and keeping it moving, and nobody's checking him, was the one that said that Hot Topic secretly owns a blog. Hot Topic was asked in a confessional if she had anything to do with it, and she looked guilty in the face to me. That's just my observation. But I did not agree with, I get Hot Topic and Bobby was going back and forth. Snoop was, not Snoop, Swerve was trying to get involved and say, hey, don't do this here. Trina was trying to tell him, no, don't get involved. He gets upset and pours a cold bottle of water on Bobby. I didn't think Bobby deserved that whatsoever. He really, to me, has changed and turned over a new leaf. He's not the same Bobby that we saw seasons and seasons ago, where he would fight you in a minute, argue. He seems more reserved. I'm honestly a little worried about Bobby. Like, is everything okay? Even when I saw him on this past weekend doing the Baddies Africa auditions, he just seems really somber, quiet. I don't know if he's just changing. Is something else going on? I have my eye on Bobby. I'm just a little worried about him, to be honest. Let's see. You guys are sounding off in the chats. Let's see. Justina Fisher said Trina was so wrong. Joy the Unforgettable Leo. My husband's a Leo, said song was ridiculous. Yeah, it was just for her. I ain't gonna even say for her age, because we about the same age. If she, she might be a bit older than me, but it was it's like raunchy, and it's like it was literally them just detailing their sexapades in a rap song, and I could have did without that. Justina Official also said, Hot Topic, no, she needs to go somewhere. She does. Like, you ain't have time to, you told Snoop you didn't have time to visit Trick Daddy when he was in the hospital, yet you got time to run around town to every single event looking for Bobby. She ain't got Bobby's phone number? I'm trying to figure out. Took her weeks and weeks to come up there and throw a muzzle in his face. That was a prop flop, if you ask me, and tell him he need to put a muzzle on it. And do I believe that she was the one that leaked that information? I do. I really do. There's, it can't just be a coincidence. I think that she has something to do with it. Justina Fisher said he is changing, so much calmer. Yeah. And I was thinking that too, Justina Fisher. Honestly, he's drug free. I was thinking that too, that because he is, you know what it is, Justina Fisher? I'm going to be honest with y'all right now. I was thinking the same, that because he is, no longer on substances and drinking, that his somber self, because a lot of people do use those substances and drinking to kind of, give them that courage and make them that outgoing party person. So I was wondering, is he struggling with, is he enough? Is he still funny, popular, and all of that without it? And then I keep in the back of my mind, even though it was said not to be true, and I don't agree with it, how Tommy put out that he had HIV. And I didn't know if, like, I guess in the back of my mind too, I was just thinking, is that true? He said it's not. Zeus said that it's not. So I'm going to roll with that. Was just wondering, like, did that have something to do with it? I don't know. I'm worried about him in a positive way, to be honest. So just, keeping my eye on him. Like I said, even at the Baddies Africa audition this past weekend, he was alongside Big Sexy. Y'all know Big Sexy official that do the women empowerment walk. And I just was like, he's a big personality in himself. So wondering, did that make him shrink even more with what he's going through? But I'm just concerned. Yeah, and Justina said, and I love Tommy, but that was also disgusting. Totally agree. That's a HIPAA violation if it is true. But he said it wasn't true. Zeus says wasn't true. But I just have my eye on him, just concerned. And Toria is checking in over here on Facebook, said, I wish I could put Instagram comments up here. It doesn't allow you to do that. StreamYard, get it together. But Toria said, exactly, I've never been Team Bobbi before, but I am this season. And Latoya says Snoop is Trina brother. He always say he her cousin, though. I've never heard him say that he was actually her brother. Sometimes I just think they fake family. I don't know. But I've never heard him say that. And said, Bella Nikki tag Williams for me, please. Huh? I don't know if that was meant for me. I'm not sure what that means, Toria. And Tori said, I was shocked Snoop was laughing. I was as well. That Snoop said it was funny and run that back and pour another bottle on him. That, he was simply defending himself. He didn't come in there to start nothing. Hot Topic is the one that you should have escorted out. And Trina, that being your family, why would you let Hot Topic do that to your family? He's been very loyal to Trina. And she's quick to cut him off. At hell, she's cut everybody off. She let that be known on Instagram for this relationship. And that's what I said. I just really hope this relationship works out for her because she has cut everyone off. We all know she ain't do no prenup. And I hope that he really wasn't staking out on her at her favorite hot dog stand or whatever to get to this point, because he really has a grip on her. He really, really does. So she is in her cougar era, honey, and you can't tell her nothing about this man. The fact that she didn't want to get involved and then didn't say, babe, that wasn't right, or don't do that to Bobbi. Hot Topic is score her out, get her out of there, and then you out in public be embarrassing him. She's standing outside of the car cursing him out too, and the husband sitting there like a little kid. It was like, this is terrible. And Hot Topic throwing her shoe, talking about assuming it was Giuseppe. He said it's Forever 21. Like, why are you throwing your shoe, bro? I don't really care for Hot Topic. I didn't like how she did Zoe and then turned it around and tried to apologize just to clean up her own image. I didn't like that, so I'm not a big fan. Hi, Lily. Thank you for checking in on YouTube. And Tori said he have a lawsuit against Tommy for that. Good. And Toria said, did you hear Trina tell Bobbi he will die? I didn't hear exactly what Trina was saying, to be honest, because it was so much beep, 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 beep. I hate that. I wish that Love and Hip Hop came on Peacock. A lot of times, y'all, I have to go back and watch The Housewives on Peacock because the beeping drives me nuts. So I didn't hear exactly what she said, and I'm not sure what she meant by that, saying like, but she definitely will cut him off from her privileges, even though now Bobby got his own privileges. He can do and be in the same places, sometimes places that she ain't in. Hello? Because of his own path that he has paved. So Christina, oh, you heard that too. He will die. You did hear that. Yeah. That's sad. And I told y'all, and I'm not sold on Swerve. I don't believe that he's not plotting on her and getting her to this place, knowing that I doubt that they signed a prenup. I don't put it past him. I don't. Tori says she has lost her mind. It's terrible. Bobby did not deserve that, guys. I did not think so. He has had her back, been loyal, and really changed his ways this season. So Bobbi, we love you. Everybody seems to be Team Bobbi. I love that. What else did we see last night on the episode? Oh, this soap opera moment where Flo brought her family, her mom, she brought Marlon and Gaelle to the bakery to eat cake, and I guess symbolizing how Amada had brought cake to her restaurant for Marlon, and Marlon ate the cake, the mom ate the cake, and they said they love cake, girl. It could have been it could have been anybody that brought the cake in there. They was going to eat it because they love cake. It was a very dramatic scene, but the bottom line is Flo wanted to know who told Marlon that she was at the studio with Alan. Gaelle said it wasn't her. Marlon told on his ally, the mama, and said that she was the one that told him. She got upset, got a little disrespectful, raising her voice at her mother. She told them they can all eat the cake. She flipped the cake on the floor and said that the only one that seems to care for her or know what she needs is Alan. Huh? Alan, you known for 2 episodes? Is the one that you feel cares and knows best for you? What? Now, Mama knows she probably shouldn't have told, but we all know at this point, Mama loves Marlon. She wants to see them work out the relationship. Marlon's trying, even though he don't deserve a chance at all. He done slept with the girl's sister and messing with Amada or trying to. He definitely don't deserve no second chance. Let's be honest. But I just thought I'm starting to get tired of Flo and Gaelle, to be honest. Their storylines are reaching a point of exaggerated bullshit, if you ask me. I'm over it. Like hopping from man to man, falling in love every 2 seconds. They mad at everybody and should be mad at each other and work on their family issues. But I'm just getting tired of them. I really am. Gloria said, Flo is playing in our face. They are making this entire thing up and going around starting drama. Her and Marlon are together. She posted pics of them booed up. I am over them. Yeah, it's been given storyline from the beginning. It's been given exaggerated bullshit to be on the show. I'm not even sure that Marlon really slept with Gaelle. Gaelle seems like a person that will say, I'll be the bad guy. Put whatever story on me so we can be on here, get money, get to the bag, bring popularity to your music, to our restaurants, and get to this bag. She has no shame whatsoever, clearly, from hopping around from this person to that person to this person, people's baby daddies and all of that. She just doesn't have a limit, if you ask me. So I do feel like it's all made up with them, and I'm kind of over it. I'm over it for real. So yeah, she left them all sitting there looking dumbfounded because she said Alan is the one that knows about her. Oh yeah, does Alan even know her last name? If we asked Alan what's the name of her restaurant, would he be able to tell us? If we asked Alan what's the name of her skincare line, would he be able to tell us? If we asked Alan how old she is, would he be able to tell us? If we asked Alan, what was her hair done like the last time you seen her? What did she wear? Would he be able to tell us? Hell no. So I don't know what she thinks is going on. Like, but okay, girl. Not said the first time everybody like Fabo. Yeah, we're gonna get into that. Also, really quick, Eliza. Eliza had her castor oil line launch party, and she's, I guess, at war with Estelita over the word foreign. Like that was some great idea to use that name, as if, like Tip said, there's not a million people with that name. Now I will say in this case with Eliza, I do believe Van, with the text messages that was shown, she's using her daughter for a storyline. I do feel like that. But I also just tickled myself there when Zoe came in like, oh, so this is a collab between you and Estelita? Because she said, what is it? Foreign Chevet? Is that how you say it? Is the name of her castor oil, but I'm tired of her too. I really am. Just had to get that off my chest. Toria says she's over her too. Did you see her in the background on Wags to Riches? She loved clout. I did. Wags to Riches cast went to Turks and Caicos for their premiere party. They had a premiere party out there. They were at the table. Sherelle, Ashley, I think one other person from the cast, a few ladies. They were sharing, one or two other from the cast actually. They were sharing stories or just giving each other accolades, talking, and Eliza got up there and made a fool of herself because there have been some, not to go too far off, but Wax to Riches has been getting some backlash saying that Sherelle is a colorist, that she, beefed with Stoney because she was a dark-skinned woman. So they've been under fire for pretty much since the episodes dropped. They still calling her a mean girl and all the above. But yes, Eliza was out there. She gets up and makes a speech and a fool out of herself. She was like, yeah, and what is it called? I know you're not a racist. I mean colorist. I was like, anything for a moment, but she made a fool of herself. Her speech was dumb. And yeah, she's probably trying to make her way over to Wags next. I wouldn't be surprised because we know, yes, Jules says she may not come back unless the cast change. So I wouldn't be surprised if we didn't see Eliza on Wags next. So she can keep up with her. Now she can, flip that into her, being the baby mom, one of the baby moms of Future. I definitely wouldn't put it past her. But yes, I did see that, Toria. Great point. Love you, girl. On to the next set. It seems like she's using her daughter. Agreed. Are these shows scripted? Belly Della said. I mean, they're not necessary. Well, listen, this is the way I understand it, just from hearing different sides of it really quickly. I'll go over it. Like, I'll hear the producers will call you before the season starts and wants to know. You have to tell them what's going on in your life, and they come up with a plan of how to embellish it a little bit. If things have already taken place, you have to reenact it as if it was just happening. So I look at reality TV like I look at wrestling, right? Like I do. I look at it like it's wrestling because it is their storylines, allegedly. Some of them, I think, lie about their storylines to have something for that season because I can't say not anybody, but to always keep up drama in your life like this is like insane, right? But I do think that some things are embellished, some things are reenacted. They didn't have all these things aren't happening as they are taped. I think the cameras come up and then they are provided scripting or reenactment suggestions from producers, if that makes sense. But I just look at it like wrestling, like we used to love to watch wrestling, knowing that it wasn't all real. And I feel the same way about reality TV. It's like lies, how they say it, two truths and a lie. That's how I feel about reality TV. I was shocked the daughter showed up as well to Eliza's event. I thought she was going to stand her up again. I mean, she came in the very, 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 very tail end of it. She says online that they're in a great place. They, she posted a picture here in there with her daughter. So maybe they're working on it. Tori said if their storyline isn't good, then the producer will give a script to add on why is real, to why is real to embellish. What is real to embellish? Agree. Yeah, they'll definitely. You know who talked about that? Crystal from Real Housewives of Beverly Hills on her podcast she has with Cynthia Bailey. She was saying that, that's what happened to her. Like they called her to talk about what's going on in her life. They pretty much was telling her, it's not that interesting. Let's add this, that, and that. And she wasn't willing to do that, is why she's no longer on the show. So that's where I heard that from. So agree with you, Toria. Also on the show last night, Brooke, Ray J, Marcus, and Princess all get together because I keep asking y'all who died and made Brooke and Marcus the resident therapists of the show and the couples therapist. Like, where are they qualified for this? I know Marcus has turned his life around, so it's definitely giving Brooke calling the cat, pot calling the kettle black because you went through almost the same things that she's going through with Ray J. I mean, Ray J probably a little bit worse because Ray J got, he got money. Marcus, not so much. But you went through the same thing. So I'm trying to figure out, I don't understand why they're on this show, why they flew all the way from Hollywood here. I mean, to get a bag, of course, but they're not really, we're not seeing anything about their storyline except for we can tell there's some dysfunction in their marriage from her having the miscarriage and him kind of being like glad about it because he didn't want another child and he wants to make music using her talents. He wants to make her a workhorse and get money off of that. I don't know. I don't understand why Brooke and Marcus are here. I don't understand who made them therapists, what credentials they have to do this. I really don't whatsoever. But before Ray J and Marcus came in, Princess and Brooke were talking. Princess shared with Brooke that Ray J said that after the whole Bachata movie, One Wish movie meeting that he had with Amada, that he went to her house, that they were extremely close with each other as far as, her legs were spread open and he could whiff the aromas, if you get what I'm saying. And they come in and immediately Brooke jumps into that. She kind of segues into that, like, you are who you hang out with. So, Marcus, are you around sniffing between women's legs and things like that? And it was like, is this about you or is this about him? And then also talked about, so you the pee sniffer, huh? You the pee sniffer. Where's the professionalism in them being the mentors here? It was ridiculous. And although Ray J, in my opinion, only did what he did for theatrics so he can get out of the conversation and out of hot water and not be held accountable. He was saying like, Brooke was being disrespectful. How would you lead with something without even tell us what's going on? This is, real life problems. Me and Princess are really going through a divorce and you're making light of it. Grow up. And he left the scene. I don't understand why Brooke is here. I don't understand why Marcus is here. And again, he was like, this is preposterous or something. He said like that. It was like he was giving theatrics. He wasn't for real, in my opinion. But he had a point a little bit. But he just wanted to get up out of there and not have to deal with what he had did. Soria said Amada is a garden too, so I don't know if she lying or not about smelling the peach. I didn't like how Amada did not say after Flo and Alan presented colorism. She act like Flo is the only one that said it. Yeah, I told you both of them were wrong in that conversation. They both need to be reprimanded for that. And yeah, Ray J was just funny to me. It was all acting, if you ask me. But he acted like he was offended by it so he can leave and not have to face the music. Also last night we saw Flo meet up with Alan, talking about some she done caught feelings for Alan. Like, girl. She catch feelings for anything, I'm telling you. So she goes to meet with Alan. However, Alan had already told Amada he was going to deal with the situation, and he did. Now, dealing with the situation would have been, you shouldn't have never been messing with Flo to begin with, or Gaelle. But you can't expect much out of these men. But she met up with Alan. Alan told her that he's upset that his pillow talking got back to Amada. You should have never been telling Flo this stuff. But now he's placing the blame all on Flo, that you went back and said what I said to you. How is that going to help me with my kids or seeing my kids more? You should have thought about that before you did the foolishness. So your pillow talking caught up with you, but you blame it on Flo. So he ended things with Flo. She's standing there with her little Burberry outfit, with her little scarf sliding back, crying, trying to shed a tear for the camera because she's talking about some she loved She loved Alan after 2 seconds. So she caught feelings for Alan after 2 seconds. Child, please. Foolishness. Foolishness. Then also I want to talk about really quickly, how does this work, guys? Gaelle went to the Mambo that we saw in previous seasons where Flo took Shay to the Mambo to help her with her relationship. And, Fabo did come back to her, but we see how that ended. So I don't know what's going on with the Mambo, or I don't know if it's witchcraft or not. If it is, because it's supposed to be like a spiritual thing. I have no idea. I know nothing about it, or I've never even heard of a Mambo before these seasons. But Gaelle went there to reverse the spell or whatever, or the curse that was put on her, because she said ever since Flo went to the Mambo, she said that before everything was going downhill for her. I mean, couldn't it be going downhill because of you? Just saying. But you go back to the same person. So what I'm trying to say in all of my rambling is, I go to a Mambo, put a curse on you. You gonna go to the same Mambo for them to reverse it? Is that how it works? Y'all tell me. I don't know. Tori said it's voodoo. Yeah, and if it is voodoo, what happens? Like, I just found it odd that she was going back to the same person that put it on her, and then my husband saying, well, maybe only the person that put it on you can reverse it. I don't know. Maybe that's true, but I definitely was confused. Fabo met her there. She told Fabo they was going on a date. Fabo thought he was going out to eat. I don't know how he thought that in a residential neighborhood, but he thought he was going somewhere to eat. He get to the backyard and the lady got, her statue. She's shaking her maracas or something like that. And he was like, I'm out. Pew! She tried this. She said, you can't do this for me. You can't do this for me. I guess Gaelle had it in her head that if they saw this Mambo, Shay would release whatever energy that was on Fabo to be with her. Are you serious right now? As I say, I can't take none of this serious. Like, how is this even a storyline is beyond me. But he didn't want no parts of it. He said, I can't stay back here. I can't watch you do it. I am all the way out. I don't want no parts. Don't even tell her to mention my name. And she was like, well, just do it with me. He said, I tell you what, you get your curse reversed in a week or two. You tell me how that went. And he was gone. Yeah, I guess that's what Toria said for the first time. Y'all was like Team Fabo last night. I wasn't no Team Fabo because the fact that he even messing with Gaelle, I'm interested, I will say, to know more about, are they really hanging out like that? Because we don't get much of what's going on since Gaelle went out with him. We did see them doing some little, dirty whining on each other in the flashback. So it seems like there's been some dating going on. Shay doesn't know about it yet. I can't wait till she get wind of it. And I hope she get wind of it before this season ends, for sure. Yeah, my husband's Jamaican and he would never go to no Mambo ever. So I totally get it. But yeah, I just was like, stuck in my head, like, how is this a storyline? Please tell me, how is this even a storyline? I have no idea. But other than that, Brooke messy self went and told Amada what was being said about her and the whole Ray J situation, and him coming back to her house and him getting a whiff of, he being the pee sniffer, sniffing between the legs, but ain't nothing happened. I don't believe Amada's story, but Amada says that they were out, like we saw, talking about the movie, talking about the bachata lessons, and that her babysitter had to go. And she invited him back to the house to finish the discussion about the movie. How much discussion do you need to have about a movie that has no script, no characters, no production behind it, no dates to start filming the movie? How much conversation do you need to have that he needs to go back to your house because you didn't have a babysitter? Don't her mom always help her with the kids? But she said her mom was at her wit's end, the babysitter was gone, and she had to go. I don't believe it. I ain't saying I believe something happened, but that story she gave us, 2 + 2 ain't equaling 4 at all. I don't believe that one bit. A movie has not been green lighted to move to a stage of needing a cast. He ain't got no other cast members. He met with Amada to get Princess upset, and that's what happened. He ain't having, we will never see a One Wish movie, let alone a One Wish movie Spanish version. So again, I do not believe they had much to be talking about on no movie without a script. And that's not how the game works, right? Like, if you want her in the movie, your team would be reaching out to her management team, providing the script for her to read over and see if she wants to be involved. You going to bachata lessons for a non-existent movie. Stop it. Knock it off. I don't believe that whatsoever. So we'll get more into that as the season progresses. But like I told y'all, I don't believe it at all. But yeah, this episode of Love and Hip Hop Miami, and I was boo, tomato, tomato. I wasn't here for it at all. And Tori said, I don't believe Amada because her mom has always been her babysitter. Her mom lived with her. Yeah. And she did say, like I said, she said that her mom was at the wit's end and the babysitter had to leave. We never seen the kids with the babysitter. Right. We've only seen them with the mother. But she did throw that in there as well. But I don't believe it at all. Y'all don't hold your breath for the One Wish movie. Please don't. But yeah, like I said, this episode wasn't that great to me. I'm looking forward to tonight's episode of Love and Hip Hop ATL. Mama D is throwing Shakira's baby shower. Shakira's Scrappy's, now third baby mother. Kirk talks to Rashida about wanting to take full custody of his side. I ain't gonna call the baby no side baby, but Cannon, the child he has with Jasmine, his side baby mama. Now that I will say. So I'm looking forward to tonight's episode of Love and Hip Hop ATL. Another episode of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Sneak peek is up now on my pages. And I owe you guys a sneak peek of part 2 and the conclusion of Real Housewives of New York, which the whole season has been boo, tomato, tomato. So check out for those recaps coming tomorrow. Again, make sure you're subscribed to my YouTube channel, reality_recap. You can click the links in my bio on Facebook and Instagram to find my YouTube channel. Subscribe, set your alerts, because I will be back tomorrow for recaps of Love and Hip Hop ATL, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and Roni reunion conclusion. Now, before I get out of here, like I always say, reality TV stars are humans too. Let's not forget that. It is your girl V with Reality Recap. I will see y'all tomorrow. Like this video, share and subscribe. And thank you everyone that commented and checked in on my recap today. Y'all have a great evening. Peace.